Tony Exo, and I'm here with Marlon Whitfield, the founder of the Whitfield Foundation for Success. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm good. Where's your energy at?
It's about right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay, well, while you have that energy, just tell me more about the foundation, just of, your brand and where the idea came about.
So what we're doing at the Whitfield Foundation. So the Whitfield Foundation for Success was started about 1.5 years ago. Our mission, our goal is really to empower and inspire change makers through innovation, education, and technology. So our goal is to create programs that are based in STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
I was gonna say, so for entrepreneurs that are upcoming and already been, entrepreneurs in that world, how has that been, helping them, advance and?
So the things that we do more focused on like technology-wise and innovations. So the things that are coming from a technology standpoint, we helping those entrepreneurs get ahead of the curve. So once you understand what's going on, you know how to use that technology and use it to make money, right? So you get ahead of the curve. So for instance, augmented reality and virtual reality. We talk about those technologies, what's coming down the pipe, and we also look at the trends. Last year, the government purchased a contract through Microsoft for $22 billion. Wow. So obviously, virtual reality is the way of the future, right? For the government to invest that type of money, it's also something we probably should take a look at. So we look at those trends and we also educate people on those technologies and give them ideas on how to utilize it.
Yeah, now how does this all benefit the youth?
The youth. So if you understand STEAM, you always know that the people that are really the change makers in this world come from that background. So from a science or technology background. If you look at like the Elon Musk of the world, the guy that created Tesla, he comes from a technology background. And they're the ones again that's controlling the world. If you're looking at again the Apple creator, what's the Apple creator name?
You know Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. That's what I said. Steve Jobs.
You can't
technology.
throw me off. Okay.
So Steve Jobs. So again from technology. Which is again a STEAM. So these are the people that come from a tech background or industry that's running the world. So for our youth, if we introduce that to them at an early age, they'll be able to take off and again run the world.
I'll say definitely. So how has the journey been for just you personally?
It's been great. I come from a technology background, so I love technology. So it's me like a kid in a candy store really, because I get to go in and figure out what's going on. There's things that I love to do. For instance, we have virtual reality here. So not just understanding the goggles, I'm actually looking for other technology that enhances that. Yeah. I found this vest that you put on, so not only when you're in this virtual world, you get to see what's going on, you can actually feel it now. Because it vibrates and that you get stabbed, like if you feel it. So I'm looking for the latest and greatest things that I can bring to the table, and it's like a kid in the candy store for me.
Yeah, I would say, so what other events do you have? I know you have your summer camp.
So outside of our summer film camp, I'm also doing a Black Classic movie night. So for the art side of it, I think it's always great to pay homage to the people that came before. So what I do, I rent out this movie theater, and we always pay tribute to 3 different classic black films. So it's something in romance, something in crime, and then something that's in comedy. So we use those 3 to focus on which movie we want to show. For instance, we'll show I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, or you get a classic like, I know you're too young for that. I get it. But it's a classic like the movie Friday, or so those are movies that again from when I was growing up, like I see them now like on my TV, but it's so different when you're in a movie theater and get to experience it. Yeah. So I'm bringing that feeling back. So I do things like that as well.
I'll say you're all over the place, but doing great things. But how has it been just for you being an entrepreneur, like? Maneuvering and
for me being an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur completely for the last 7 years, and I understand the process, right? And I've grown to accept it, like meaning that there's going to be losses that come with it. I'm not devastated if I lose. If something happens and I don't make as much money or I lose money on it, it's a part of the process. I get it going into it, so I'm not devastated. I learn from it and I move on. When I first started out, like when I lost money, I'm like, I can't, I'm not good at this. And that's not the case. That's a part of the process. So now I take it in stride as opposed to me questioning, am I doing what I'm supposed to do? So that on that journey, I'm okay with that. I get it.
And what advice would you give to people that are pursuing the same dream as being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I would say enjoy the process. That's my biggest suggestion, that you go through these different type of experiences, enjoying the process and paying attention, because what I've learned is that if you don't take your time and go through the process, if you skip levels and you get to where you want it to be, you won't be able to handle it the way you should be able to.
Yeah.
There was this quote that I read the other day, and it fits, and I use this now. It says, if you put a clown in a kingdom, the clown doesn't become a king, the kingdom becomes a circus. Meaning that, again, if he doesn't go through the process to become royalty, he's not going to understand it, not going to be able to rule it the way it should be ruled. It's going to turn into the environment that he's used to, which is a circus. So if you take the proper steps to get to the level you need to get to, you'll be able to rule it and advance the way you should.
And that's a great way to put it, because a lot of us want to rush and we want to get there. And we want to say, we made it and we made it and we did it this way, we did it quick. And you don't really get to enjoy those experiences that you went through, so that you can look back and be like, dang, like I did
and you know what's funny? And the reality of it is, it may not even be enjoyable. Like, I've had to stay up 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to do certain things that I really didn't want to do, but I appreciate it now, right?
Yeah.
I know what I had to go through. So some of the stuff is not fun, but it's necessary. It's necessary.
Yeah. Now, what about Hawk Time? What you got going on?
So Hawk Time is my marketing company. So we've been doing really well, man. I got so many different projects that I'm working right now. With Hawk Time, I have a great team. What I've learned to do is expand my team. I actually have a team that's actually partly in India right now.
Oh, wow.
That do a lot of the stuff on the back end that people don't get to see. And even with that, so because of the time difference, sometimes I'm up on Zoom calls at 2 or 3 in the morning just because of the time difference. But it's worth it. They do a lot of the back end stuff. So I've learned to grow and expand my team, and we're doing amazing.
I would say, so what else you got coming up that we need to know about before we wrap up into this Cause jar?
Yeah, buddy. So things that I have going on. So of course we got my film camp that I'm doing. It's called the On the Set Summer Film Camp. Right now it's in Birmingham and St. Louis. We're expanding this year, so we'll be in Nashville and Houston this year.
Okay.
So we're excited about that. And then also we got a all-white party that'll be coming up for our fundraiser for the Whitfield Foundation again. So it's a lot of this moving pieces that I'm constantly doing. Actually, another thing that's important, at the end of the month, I'm actually doing this youth rally. So what we're doing is visiting 4 different schools, actually 6 different schools in the city, and we're doing just different motivational things. So we'll have like the gymnasium for the next 2 hours, and we'll do like, we have motivational speakers coming in. We have a DJ. We have like this basketball bouncy house. We got Fredbird coming.
Okay.
We have food, so we're feeding these kids. So it's just a kind of a appreciation to our future entrepreneurs and our future change makers. So we're putting that on. We're going to really, I think we're connecting with over 1,300 kids.
That's going to be exciting. Those are like the things that we need here. So I'm excited for you and
Thank
everything
you.
you got going on. And I'm also excited because you're about to answer 3 questions after the jar.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
You can pull them all out at the same time.
Let's dig deep in there. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, because you already were cheating.
I ain't cheating. If it's cut, it's at 3.5. It's a long one. Okay. All right. Let me read this myself first. All right, so it says, if you had exactly one wish to make that would come true 10 years from now, what would it be? The lottery numbers. I want to know what those lottery numbers are.
What? I'm thinking he's going to say something so deep.
Simple. Let me get the lottery numbers.
What's your lucky number?
My lucky number?
That you think, anyway.
43.
Okay. Why?
Because I'm 43 right now.
Okay, so it's
living my best life.
Are you going to use 43?
Yeah, because I'm 43 and I'm living my best life. That's what's going on. What makes you happiest? I think the thing that makes me the happiest is, I think, like sharing knowledge and then seeing that knowledge applied and people being successful because of it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that make me the most happiest.
I like that. I love it. All right, one more.
One more. Let's see what the last one is.
It needs to be something deep.
Okay. What animal would you want to be reincarnated as? So you know what's interesting? I had a question like this. I used to do interviews, and I would ask, when you get to the end of the interview, you get to ask questions like, what animal would you be and why? And I had an animal, and it's interesting, and it's kind of weird too, though, because it's not what I think I thought I would want to be. So what I said I would want to be is a giraffe.
Why?
Exactly. So if you think about a giraffe, First of all, he's really, really tall, right? But he's a vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat. So one of the things about that, he's not a threat to any of the people that are around him, right? Or his immediate environment. So he fits in with the whole ecosystem of life because he's a vegetarian. The other part of it is because his neck is so long, he can see further down the line than other people, right? So he has a better perspective of life, or a different perspective of life than most of his counterparts.
Wow.
So he has a different understanding.
You really
of what's
thought that through.
I did.
Because I was like, maybe he just wanted to be tall.
It's perspective. It's fitting into the environment and actually being useful. So yeah.
I love. Maybe you need to say this in one of your classes or something. This might be something inspirational for the kids.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Well, how can everyone follow you? How can they find more information about the foundation?
So I can be reached on social media platforms. Facebook is just Marlon Whitfield. On my social media, so Instagram is Mr. Marlon W. But you can look us up on the web. Our foundation website is the Whitfield Foundation.care. So not .com, the Whitfield Foundation.care. If you're interested in the Black Classic Movie Night, it's blackclassicmovienight.com. So any of those platforms, or it's hawktime.com. I got a lot of,
you got a lot going on. That's okay,
That's a lot, but we're all connected, so you can reach me on any of those platforms.
Okay. I'm Moni XO, and we're out. Be easy. It's your girl, Moni XO, and you just finished a 94XO interview. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to our YouTube channel, and follow us on social media platforms. Be easy.